Yo, are we living in the Matrix? 因为上个礼拜发生的事情比一般的好莱坞影片还精彩 as fuck.
It's true.
Check it. Former US President Trump, aka 地瓜总统, aka the Orange Man, was dodging bullets like Neo in the Matrix. But whereas Neo's first words were, whoa, the president's first words,
let me get my shoes.
And what's even more crazier than this is that just like in the Matrix, the real life version of the Oracle predicted that all this would go down just 3 months before. And the level of accuracy is amazing. So I ask again, are we living in a simulated reality?
What a stupid question that is.
We're gonna find out as we look deep into what went down during the Trump assassination, and we discover what most of you probably already know. Trump has won this election. Now, no popcorn for this one because loud popping noises might startle some people. So I suggest some gummy bears or some pokey and strap on tight as we dive deep into the attempted assassination of President Donald J. Trump. So last weekend, for the first time in 40 years, a former US president almost had his ticket punched. But this ain't no ordinary president, yo, because this one dodged bullets by the centimeter. Now, in my country's history, there have been 4 presidential assassinations and 7 attempts, making Trump number 8. But what makes Trump's situation so special is not only is it the first in this digital age, is that his reaction is meme-worthy as fuck.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Oh, but the memes don't stop there. Because after he puts on his shoes, the Secret Service tries to very quickly get him off that damn stage. But Donald Trump is defiant. He needs to give the people hope. So he puts himself in harm's way and shouts these words.
Wait.
Wow, this plays out better than any movie about a fictional president. This is real life, yo. But what's even more shocking than Trump's reaction is the reaction of the very people whose job is to protect him, the Secret Service.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there.
Where?
Right there, see him? He's laying down, see him?
Yeah, he's laying down. He's on the roof! He's right here! Right on the roof!
So as you can see, many Trump rallygoers had already spotted something suspicious on the roof. And now reports are showing that law enforcement actually knew of the shooter 30 minutes before he pulled that trigger. And for some reason, the Secret Service counter sniper didn't do anything.
You serious?
And what's even more crazier than that is that the building that the would-be assassin took his shot off of was completely full of feds, yo.
We noticed a guy bear crawling up the roof of the building, 50 feet away from us. We're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. Next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So this guy, along with several other people, warned the police that some weird shit was going down, that there was a shooter on the roof. And for some reason, they stood around twiddling their thumbs with their hands up their ass.
We have people that are stupid.
But the worst was yet to come.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
So as you can see, the Secret Service counter sniper had this fool in his sights. So why didn't he take the shot? You can see that fool laying there with a rifle. Now, some people might argue that because Pennsylvania has open carry laws and that taking out a civilian might come with all different sorts of complications. Maybe. But like I said before, law enforcement knew that there was a sniper on that roof for 30 whole minutes. And even if the counter sniper is waiting for a confirmation on a target to pull that trigger, the least they could do was get Trump off that stage. Bruh, make it make sense. But if you think that's the worst it's gonna get, trust me, there's even more.
Let me get my shoes.
Okay, make sure you got
Watch out.
Wait.
So as you can see, the Secret Service has 3 agents on their team who are significantly smaller than Trump himself. Not just in height, but in overall size. Now don't get it twisted. I think female people are every bit as capable as male people in this regard. We are not talking about gender. What we are talking about is size and competence. So let's be real. Everyone knows the basic requirements for being a bodyguard is height. which is why I had to change my career. And being too short can not only obstruct and limit your vision, but it also greatly limits your ability to protect your client who is much taller and bigger than you. And on this Secret Service team, these three were not only the shortest individuals, they seemed to have some serious problems holstering their gun.
After Secret Service Barbie, a highly trained member of the Secret Service, removes her weapon from its holster for the very first time in her career. She struggles to return her pea shooter as though it's her first day on the job. Fortuitously, her skills from a previous life as an amateur actress come into play, allowing her to convincingly mimic the swift draw of the weapon and scan the horizon for threats. Despite her efforts, our agent's attempt to return her wireless hole punch to its home results in another failure. While she may have faltered at this most basic of tasks, she certainly looked cool while doing it.
Now, of course, many people have lashed out and called them DEI hires or politically incorrect bodyguards. But hey, I thought that stuff was only limited to Disney films. Now it looks like we're seeing this in real life, yo. Shut that shit down. This ain't no movie. So for the first time in real time, America saw how dangerous this DEI BS can really be.
They're aiming to have 30% women recruits by 2030, and even allowed YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to train with agents.
As I sit in this chair now, of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in our workforce, and particularly women.
That workforce will be pivotal for the 2024 campaign season.
But we will always ensure the safety of all of our protectees that we have.
Wrong.
So now you understand what's really going on with the American Secret Service. And Homegirl actually has to appear before a congressional committee later this week. So we're gonna see how she explains this one. And what we may find out is that this might be one of the biggest scandals in American political history. But you know what's even worse than that? The American media machine. Now, I could be wrong, but the attempted assassination of a former US president sounds like pretty significant news to me. And you would think that with such a world-shattering event like this, that media and news organizations would put aside their bias and just report the news. But apparently that is not what happened, because some news organizations, mostly the left ones, decided to pass over this event. In fact, some of them barely even reported it at all.
You have a very, very hard time convincing people that what you're doing is right and that you're really smart.
And there's even a couple of platforms that are guilty of this too. One of them which you're watching this video on right now. Real talk. If you look at any of our previous videos where we've covered Trump or even mentioned Trump, those videos have gotten seriously suppressed, yo. And I'm willing to bet that even this one has a lower view count than our average ones. So if you like this video, help a brother out, smash that like button to help the algorithm, and share it with your friends.
What the hell do you have to lose?
Now back to the news reporting, or the lack thereof. Times Square, Manhattan, the very place where Donald Trump himself is from. Whenever this man got shot, the place, which is full of jumbotrons and giant screens and media devices, was completely silent.
I'm in the center of Times Square. There's huge video monitors behind me, huge TVs behind me. Not a single report on the news about the president being shot. Now, on the other side of Times Square, we're looking over Times Square. This is the center of New York. You see all those video monitors outside? See all this? None of them are reporting that the presidential candidate for the Republican Party has been shot. Not a word. Look at that. If anybody has any doubt about the depth of the censorship and propaganda that we are living in the 21st century in 2024, have no doubts anymore. Presidential candidate has been shot and not a single mention of it in the center of Times Square.
Now, this could be a fluke, right? After all, Times Square 是一个很小的地方啊，而且大部分的人看新闻是看网络啊，谁会看电视啊? Okay, so let's check online to some of the largest media and news organizations and see how they reported it initially after Trump got shot.
Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Donald Trump safe after popping sounds heard at rally. Trump escorted away after loud noises at Pennsylvania rally. Trump rushed off stage after chaos at rally.
Wow, to say this is a failure of the highest order is a goddamn understatement. But here's the thing, this is not a new occurrence. In fact, this has been going on for a long time. And the rhetoric itself pushed by the news organizations is goddamn dangerous.
And he must be stopped. He cannot be president.
I said, no, I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
He is destructive to our democracy, and he has to be eliminated.
He needs to be eliminated? Yo, I know people like to speak in metaphor and they like to exaggerate, but the word eliminate, last time I checked, means to kill. But this should give you an idea of how out of control the American media machine is. They are taking it too far. And once you see the effect it's had on the American people, you might realize that it is irreversible.
Somebody died and 2 people injured. What do you think about that?
I thought it was magnificently staged. It was professionally done. It almost looked real.
Wait. Staged by who?
Oh, by Mr. Trump, of course.
I think this whole thing is staged.
Oh, that he got shot at? Of course.
Yeah, right.
Of course, you don't do that.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, exactly. You don't do that. Was it staged? Probably.
Well, it's a shame the person missed.
You're scared of political violence, but you were hoping that he wouldn't have missed.
Yes.
Fuck the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like if one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
So now you have extreme leftists and extreme liberals doubting the truth of what they see in front of their eyes. Now, hey, I know everyone has their different and unique political position. Some people support this man and some people are vehemently against this man. But when someone attempts to take the life of a leader of your country live on television and your immediate reaction is to doubt that it's even real, that's how you know the American media has reached a serious problem.
Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense. So just get out of here.
So from Trump's attempted assassination to the media refusing to cover it, to the media lying about it, to even people denying that it even happened, none of this compares to the prophecy that predicted it all. I gotta go. When it comes to American pop culture, pretty much the most accurate predictor of what goes down in America is the hit TV show The Simpsons. And when it comes to Donald J. Trump, they have been more than accurate on several occasions. But soon after Trump's assassination attempt, there will be one video that would surface that would be even more accurate of a prediction than The Simpsons itself.
And then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. He fell to his knees during this time frame and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. The Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting.
Hey, I'm not one of these spiritual, religious, end of the world omen type people. When I saw this video, I was literally legit scared. Like, for real, are we living in a simulation? Is this the Matrix? Like, how in the hell can this spiritual Guangtou guru describe everything so accurately? Now, I don't know about you, but when he appeared at that RNC convention, the look on Trump's face was completely different. He was a completely new man. Gone is that very mischievous smirk that's looking to stir shit up. And now what we're presented with is a man who looks very determined to get America back on track. And this event is causing quite a few unsuspecting people to change their minds.
And the truth is that the media has lied to us about Donald Trump. I know this because for a long time I believed those lies. So I'm here to set the record straight. The first person I knew who supported Donald Trump was my father. I was shocked. My entire family is racially diverse. And I believed the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. I realized Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all love. And that's when it hit me. These are my people. This is where I belong.
Now, in case you don't know, that is Kanye West's ex-girlfriend and a Talji Shiha Xiao Cai Hong, Amber Rose, who's been a very outspoken, super free feminist, yo. So for her to get up on that stage in front of all those people and say that she flipped is a very big deal. But it ain't just Amber who flipped, yo, because Trump's choice for VP, J.D. Vance, used to be an extremely outspoken anti-Trumper, yo. He was even one of the first people to call this fool Hitler.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
And at the end of the day, do you believe Donald Trump, who always tells the truth? Just kidding. Or do you believe that woman on that tape?
Like you said, I agree with you on Trump because I don't think that he's the person. I don't think he actually cares about folks.
So, you know, I think there's a chance if I feel like Trump has a really good chance of winning that I might might have to hold my nose and vote for Hillary Clinton.
You said, I'm a never Trump guy, never liked him, terrible candidate, idiot if you voted for him. How do you deal with them now?
Yeah, well, I think the simple answer is you've got to respect the American people enough to just level with them. Look, I was wrong about Donald Trump. I didn't think he was going to be a good president, Brett. He was a great president, and it's one of the reasons why I'm working so hard to make sure he gets a second term. I think you should. When you're wrong about something, you should change your mind and be honest with people about that fact. And I actually think, again, whether this is running as his running mate or running and supporting him as United States Senator, Brett, I think it actually presents a real opportunity to talk to the American people, because a lot of people didn't think Trump was going to be a good president, and a lot of people were happy to be proven wrong. And I think it presents an opportunity for me to make the case to the American people that, look, we have two very different sets of results. 4 years of Joe Biden, 4 years of Donald Trump. We know the Trump record is one of success. The Biden record is one of failure. I came around to Donald Trump, and I think that a lot of Americans will do the exact same thing.
So from Amber Rose to J.D. Vance to even Elon Musk, a lot of people are jumping on the Trump train. But why? Why the sudden change of heart? This has been a long time coming, and you need to understand something about American culture. We love heroes. We are all about that 超级英雄 warship shit, yo. So when you take a man who recently got shot and then you put this photo of him with his fist in the air, shouting fight, 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 that is the perfect archetype of the hero we need. This photo right here took Donald Trump from being a TV show host / WWE pussy grabbing clown to an outright American hero.
Not only did he survive an assassination attempt, he stood up without knowing whether there were other shooters there. He stood up and faced the crowd and raised his hand and said, fight, fight, fight. That's it. You do that, you win. And by the way, I happen to notice that the crowd, which also didn't know whether there were other shooters, who watched Trump get shot in the face, they did not bolt. It wasn't like a fire in a theater, actually. They sat there, they watched him intently, and when he stood up, they applauded him, and many cried. Why is that? Because a brave leader gives his people heart. That's why. That's exactly why.
There have been a lot of presidents in American history, but very few of them have been a leader. And when Trump stood up in the face of mortal danger and pumped his fist with blood on his face, shouting fight, 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 this was the hero that America needed. Even people who are completely against everything this man stands for are at least willing to admit that.
But can you just give a shout out to a guy who just got hit with a bullet and then put his hand up in the air and said, fight, fight, fight. And he put himself out there. Totally he was surrounded by Secret Service, which, by the way, they should get some credit for putting their life on the line, and they were literally willing to take a bullet for him, right? But he poked his head out, and he put his arm out. And that was courageous. It was courage under fire. And I've called Trump a coward 1,000 times. But he wasn't that night or that day. He was strong and he was brave. And anybody can see that. That's the problem with the Democrats. We have eyes and ears, and they keep trying to gaslight us because they think they control all of mainstream media. And so they can gaslight you no matter what, because mainstream media will just lie to you and pretend that we live in an alternate reality, right? So Biden is not old, and Trump putting his hand up was not brave. No, that's ridiculous. Biden is old, and that moment for Trump was great. It was courageous, and when the crowd started chanting USA, USA, it made me a little proud.
So, agree or disagree with him, love him or loathe him, Trump is probably going to be the winner of this election.
It's true.
That's my thought. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Remember to like, subscribe, keep it civil on this topic, yo. And I will see you on the flip side. Peace!